Hey guys, this is GaelicDream coming to you, and today I wanted to go over Channelworks, a 3-person dungeon in TERA on the PS4. The first boss you're going to see is called Sentry AA24, and this is a stationary boss, and he deals damage with lasers, which are ejected in front and behind of the boss. He can rotate, and so if you guys need to figure out where his backside is, he does tilt forward for all of those DPS that get extra damage in from behind. There's a mechanic at 75%, 50%, and 25% where walls will spawn, initializing a trap mode. You must get out of the middle and behind either side of the walls, as the boss will spawn ghost forms of previous bosses who will deal damage to anyone in the middle section. However, for the rest of this fight, it's pretty straightforward and it's a basic tank and spank. Moving on to the next boss. The second boss you're going to encounter is called Plektostoma. I think that's how you pronounce it. He's basically just another Orzik. He has similar patterns to the normal BAMs that you encounter. However, unless you want to spend minutes, tons and tons of minutes fighting this boss like my group did, while we were sans extra DPS, which is not something you want to do either, kill the eggs. He's going to drop these little eggs around the battlefield, and you have to kill it before it hatches. If not, you're going to see exactly what happens in this video, and you're going to have mini Orziks, not exactly sure how you say that, spawn all around the battlefield. I'm playing a priest, and I can assure you this is not what you want to happen when the only other person you have with you is a tank. DPS will slow to a halt while you're trying to kill these mini monsters. You'll receive a warning saying Plektostoma is spreading parasites. This mechanic is a wide AoE around the boss and will debuff players who are hit. After 10 seconds, parasites will spawn and attack you. So pretty much kill the eggs when they spawn, tank and spank the rest. You should be good to go. Oh, and don't accidentally lock out your third party member like we did. The third and final boss of Channelworks is called Kirkion. He is a giant cyclops, and you will be given a tanking NPC to aid you. You must kill the Lancer statue to start the fight and receive the Lancer. When Kirkion is at 95% HP, 2 other NPCs will spawn, a healer and a DPS. However, you can only choose one. Each NPC will give you a buff. The DPS applies a 10% increased power buff. It stacks up to 10 times. On the 10th stack, you'll receive a 100% increased power buff for 20 seconds, and then repeats from stack 1. You will not receive stacks when under 70% HP. The healing NPC applies a constant healing buff, which is okay, but if you're trying to go through super fast, it's definitely better to have the DPS. The tanking applies a 10% increased crit chance buff, stacks up to 10 times. On the 10th stack, you'll receive a 100% increased crit chance buff for 20 seconds, and then repeats from stack 1. You will not receive stacks when under 70% HP. Kirkion has a high health pool and a wide range of attacks, including stuns and slows. However, as long as you pick the appropriate NPC, you should be fine. Personally, I would go with the DPS if you're in a hurry. This dungeon lasted way too long for 3 people, partially blamed on me for being a priest with low DPS, unfortunately. It has some great advantages when you're in dungeons with other DPS, but this was far too long. At 30%, Kirkion will have decreased endurance for the remainder of the fight. Wail on him and you should be good to go. There aren't really any complicated mechanics here. Dodge, get out of the way, don't stress your healer out. That's about it. So that's been my guide for Channelworks, the 3-person dungeon. Don't forget to click and subscribe if you want to see more videos. Thanks so much for watching.